Hello guys, welcome back to the channel once again. Today I'm here to share with you lesbian crime movies. Basically, the title says it all. But before we get into further details and break down every single movie, which is actually a very interesting list, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. So first we're gonna start off with Olga Hebnarova. Hopefully I have pronounced it correctly. It is a 2016 movie. Olga is a complex young woman desperate to break free from her unfeeling family and social conventions. She struggled to connect with others and felt rejected by a society that did not acknowledge her orientation. She becomes infamous as the last woman to get eliminated in Czechoslovakia after she initially drove a truck into a group of people and eliminating 8 of those victims. During that event, so that's basically, the story of her. It is available to watch on Amazon, US Rent and Buy, and also you can watch it on Film Z. Hopefully I pronounced it correctly, US. And you can also see her having different encounters with different women, making connections, and also, just trying to figure out herself. But obviously, her, purposely, committing a crime took her, and also, led her to being eliminated. Very interesting story, very interesting story. And if I'm not mistaken, this one is actually based on a true story. Then moving forward, we have Bonnie and Bonnie, the 2019 German film. Yara, a girl of Albania descent living in Hamburg, basically balance her job at a supermarket with caring for her siblings and conservative father. Her life basically changes when she meets Kiki, a rebel girl. The budding romance, must remain a secret because of Yara's father. When her father actually ends up finding out about their relationship and everything is discovered, they decide to run away to fund basically run away together, and obviously to fund their lifestyle. They actually end up getting themselves into different type of thefts where they just used to commit different types of how can I say crimes in order to keep and keep a certain lifestyle, and basically just make ends meet. Yes, this one is basically like a modern Bonnie and Clyde, but in this case it will be Bonnie and Bonnie. This movie is very popular. I feel like a lot of people have watched it. And if you haven't watched it, I will highly recommend you also do so. It's a classic, I don't feel like it needs no introduction, but you never know. Some of you might not have, had knowledge about it yet. Then we have one of my favorite ones on the list, and it's called Passion. It is a 2012 film, and it centers on the rivalry between Christine, a manipulative advertising executive, and her and basically protege Isabel. Christina uses, bedroom tactics to control Isabel, blurring the lines between professional guidance. While both women are involved with the same man, the film basically portrays a basically heavy lesbian subplot. After Christine publicly, humiliates Isabel, Isabel eliminates her but frames their my lover for the crime. Yes, this one is very interesting. It is available to watch on Pluto TV and also Amazon, depending on your location. So I know it sounds complex. So basically, the both of the women they are involved with the same man, but they also have their own situation going on. Now you can see one intimidate the others, and they just have this very intense rivalry going on between them. And you can also see that even though they have a lot of chemistry, they also used to use different tactics in order to be together. At the end of the day, one unfortunately gets eliminated by the other one, and also end up playing it on their male, how can we say, lover in this case. Very interesting plot, very different from the rest of the ones on the list. Then moving forward, we have Side Effects. In the 2013 psychological thriller, the film presents itself as a drama about the dangerous side effects of a fictional medication. Emily fakes severe, depression and sleepwalking side effects to eliminate her husband while avoiding legal responsibility by blaming the medication. Flashback shows Emily and Victoria is in an intimate relationship, illustrating that they were lovers and co-conspirators who blamed, the profit from the stock market causing a scandal. The movie is very underrated, and in my personal opinion, I do feel like it didn't get enough spotlight. So imagine you getting involved with someone, that was treating you. You guys, seemingly co-conspire to commit a crime. Now you guys are finding a way on, making it, and breaking the stock market, causing a scandal, and also, trying to blame everything that happened and the crime that you committed on the medication that you were taking. Imagine that story, imagine that plot, and that is exactly what this movie represents, and this is exactly what this movie, brings to the front. I definitely, it's on my watch list. I will be watching it, and hopefully, you guys will enjoy the breakdown that I will make regarding it. It definitely caught my attention. It's very different plot. I haven't seen a movie regarding such type of plot, when it comes to this title, so I'm very excited. Then moving forward, we have Unveiled. The 2005 story follows Fariba, an educated woman who flees her countryside to seek asylum in Germany after her lesbian relationship is discovered by the authorities. After her initial application is rejected and she faces deportation, Fariba assumes the identity of a fellow refugee who isn't alive anymore, and yes, he is a man in this case. She struggles to maintain her male, disguise while working in a rural camp. She falls in love with a co-worker, Annie. Eventually, she tells Annie the truth, and they just figure out a way on how to keep the secret so nobody else can find out what is really going on. But obviously, you can only keep a secret so long, and that is exactly what happened with the two. They could only keep the secret so long because, unfortunately, she actually ends up, getting discovered by the police. The police they found out the truth. She ended up, getting going to prison, and later on, in this case, getting deported because of, the crime that she committed by taking the identity of someone who already passed away. Very interesting plot. I have spoken about this movie previously in a couple of videos, but I just had to go ahead and mention it again. And then moving forward, we have Anna. Yes, in the 2019 film, Anna is a young woman who escapes a life of difficulties by becoming a high skilled eliminator. She carries out missions while navigating a dangerous game as a double agent for the CIA. While undercover, she enters a relationship with Maud. The relationship serves a part of Anna's deep care person to avoid suspicion while she carries out her crimes. She is emotionally distant while Maud is more loving and caring. This one is available to watch on Netflix depending on your location. If you guys don't know, previously I have actually done a review regarding this story on the channel. So if you guys want to know my opinion and my personal point of view regarding this movie, I will highly recommend going to the channel. Just type in their names, Anna and Maudi, and there you guys will find the full review. This movie came to me very unexpectedly, and when I watched it, to be honest, I definitely did like it. The only thing that I wanted a little bit more, and I thought we will get a little bit more, was seeing this couple together a little bit more. But besides that, I have to say in this case that this one is a really, really, really good movie. So if you haven't watched it, I will highly recommend watching. It's very interesting and the plot as well. So yes, guys, that's basically it. This is the end. If you guys know any other amazing crime lesbian movies, please drop it down below in the comments. I hope you all have enjoyed this one. Until the next video, and goodbye.